So there we have that side. That's pretty much done. Now, this back side, still need to do a super fine sanding on the back of this, and then we'll put the other piece on. You can see that there are all sorts of little pieces of fabric hanging off of these honeycombs here. Is this going to sound buzzy? Well, if all of these little bits of fabric stay here, they could be vibrating and would be vibrating, each inside its own little honeycomb when the guitar is played. There's no doubt about it that they would be vibrating. Now, whether you could hear that or not is perhaps a question. And the other question would be, are these all going to be trapped by the glue when this other piece is glued onto it? The chances are really good that they will be trapped by the glue, since they're right on the very top of the honeycomb at this point. And this is the result of sanding it down to a reasonable thickness. But as you can see, it's pretty endemic. Now, this is much better than it was not too long ago. I went over this with a block of 1500 grit, and I certainly wasn't using it wet, by the way. And it took off an awful lot of it. I don't want to go too much heavier than 1500 because I've done this with 220 before, and it took the Nomex right down to practically nothing. So we don't want to do that. Nomex is only worthwhile when it actually has some height to it. Just having a little Nomex in between there doesn't help much. So it has to have a certain amount of height, and in my case, the same height as the wood. So what we're looking at then is a little bit of a cleanup job. I go in with the tweezers, and I actually pull off as many of these as I can stand. Now, it helps if they're actually sticking up, but honestly, if they're sticking up, they're going to get glue on them. So it's the ones that are down that aren't going to get glue on them that I need to get off. Now, this also allows me to see how well the Nomex is glued on. If it's not glued on very well, then we're going to have problems as well. And then you're really going to have some definite problems. So we kind of check it out as we go. And this takes pretty much forever. So I won't bore you with a video of me picking nits, which is basically what this is.